Welcome, everyone, to the 4-on-4 podcast. You might be wondering why it's called 4-on-4 and not maybe 3-on-3, and that's because our fourth member, our Vegas Golden Knights representative, is fittingly on LTIR at the moment, but we hope to get him back before playoffs. Here at 4-on-4, we pride ourselves at being the premier New Jersey Devils, Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, Vegas Golden Knights centered podcast in the entire world. And listeners, if you can find a better New Jersey Devils, Toronto Maple Leafs, Vegas Golden Knights, Montreal Canadiens centered podcast, you listen to it. All right. I am, of course, you see the Montreal Canadiens fan of the bunch. Lifelong Canadiens fan, born into it. I'll die a Canadiens fan. We've got our Leafs fan here as well.
Yep. Also a long time Leafs fan, first time caller, and it's a long journey that all Leafs fans have gone through, and it's hopefully I'm alive to see potentially a cup lifted in Toronto, and watch hell freeze over, and of course
a great cup, maybe.
Yeah, yes, and of course I'm always locked into combat with our Montreal fan here, so that's always fun, especially when we have a game together. So why don't we throw it over to our New Jersey resident?
Hi. So I am. It's a good choice of a team because I am kind of new to the sport. I've always been around it, and I've been in Jersey for years of my life. When I was young, they were shit at that time. All my friends were actually Flyers fans at the time. That's how bad they were.
Oh, damn.
But what are you gonna do? The real reason I joined the fandom was I'm a bandwagoner, and they're good this year. And also, I got my first boner watching someone in one of their sweaters. So that, it just embedded itself. So I'm a fan from then on.
It only gets
David
better.
David Putty on Seinfeld.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only gets better from here.
Yeah. Glorious start. I mean, like the Martin Brodeur Devils, we've had our ups, and like the Corey Schneider Devils there behind you, we've had our downs, but we're off and running just like the NHL season, and it began like so many seasons have with Montreal and Toronto. Playing what I thought was, a sloppy but entertaining game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was about a month ago now. We're still in October here, but
Surely Toronto has come out of it and really
Toronto hasn't looked back after.
Surely they've turned it around and everything's looking good. So
no, I thought Toronto was lucky to win that one, and
They were.
that's not just bias, but
Well, you and I have. Sorry, you and I have watched games together, and it gets into who can yell at the refs the most.
Sure.
Pretty much. So, no, it's just a quick warm up for many matches to come.
Yeah, I know it's honestly a shame they don't play each other more. I know back 15 years ago or so it was maybe too much, but now you don't see your division opponents enough, I don't think.
It feels like it's at the beginning of the season and at the end.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there have been.
Yeah,
but it was it at least had some this rivalry at least still has some fireworks. It still has some passion. The Montreal Boston rivalry is pretty much non-existent anymore. No matter how much Gallagher tries to keep it alive, it doesn't really work out. But that game against the Leafs kind of encompassed for me all the frustrations of a fan. You get a broken stick that leads to the Leafs go-ahead goal, and we've got my team, the youngest team in the league, scrappy upstarts against the children's movie villain Toronto Maple Leafs. Even if they don't have Marner anymore. Marner is
that torch's been passed, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, no,
it really has.
I mean, which I wish we could get into our Vegas Golden Knights takes right now, but
That'll come.
at the very least, I'll say, even if he was cleared of all charges, their goaltending is still suspect. But anyway, back to Montreal, back to these kids.
It's a team mentality, and I guess he fits right in there. So
oh yeah, they're the especially adding Mitch Marner, who is basically the what's the black uniform team in
from
Mighty Ducks?
I
the
was
rich kids.
I was literally thinking about that. Yeah, that says who he's joined.
Whatever they're called. Oh yeah, no,
the LTIRs. Yeah,
the rich kids. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, they've got a cup a lot more recently than any of our teams. So I guess what can we really say? But
well, they're frauds.
Yeah.
It was all rigged, right? We all know that it was designed for them to win.
They're like, we're the best at cheating. Like, all right,
well, they're the best at LTIRing, right? And I'm sure we'll have someone to defend those reasonings in the future.
Sure. Yeah.
How has your newly found hockey love come with the love come? Yes.
Who are you talking to? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much have you got
all the Hugheses? I got all the boys. I got all the Hugheses, and they're all super awesome. We have a young team too. I kind of feel for one of the three of us in that I'm happy, and they're probably not right now. I could have been. I don't know who that could be.
Mm-hmm. Have you got a couple? Have you watched a couple of games?
I've been able to watch a few games, but I'm still not I'm still early in learning. Dude, I was watching and I was like, I didn't realize that they switched lines so much until now. That's how early I am. Where I'm like, wait, they're only on for 5 seconds and then they leave. And then they just keep, and I was like, oh wait, it's because it's super grueling. And I didn't really, I don't know if you guys did you do street hockey or, ball hockey and stuff. So you probably know how tough it can be with.
You have to be in shape.
We played hockey all our lives, and there's always the kids who love staying up for long shifts, but I don't think that works. That doesn't work for me, because especially in men's league and stuff. As an adult, when you spend more time smoking cigarettes than running on the treadmill. But so I like a short shift, and I think so does your coach Sheldon Keefe. He likes to roll 4 lines. He likes a fast game, and the Devils are a fast team. They're really impressive. Really fun to watch.
I wanted to ask you guys what the line situation is for them, because I'm not really the top 2 I'm good with, but I don't really know how deep they are. I'm a little bit worried that they're not that deep as far as talent goes, but I could be wrong.
They added a couple. I know they added Connor Brown, who he's coming off of a couple of Cup final appearances the last couple of years with Edmonton. Their depth at D is getting tested right now a little bit with some injuries. I think Kovacevic is hurt. The old Montreal Canadian.
Laine's out.
Yeah, that's for Montreal. Montreal's got a couple of injuries. Yeah, I know it's shocking that Laine's hurt, but
he's out for a little bit.
I think the Devils are a deep team, man. I think they're probably the best in the Metro. It was definitely fun watching them beat up the Leafs the other day.
Yeah.
Here I thought, it's a little hiccup. They dropped a couple to Detroit. Whatever, they're just breaking the rust off.
They always start slow.
Then New Jersey comes into town. Bry's being so cocky as per usual, with his newfound love for hockey.
With his Corey Schneider background.
And I definitely thought that the Leafs were going to take it, and that Keefe wouldn't get his revenge game. But to be honest, the season really hasn't started until, the Jays wrap up. I think the Leafs are extremely happy.
Okay.
I think the Leafs are extremely happy that the World Series is in Toronto.
Yeah.
So they can figure out their stuff while the attention is on the,
On the other hand, though, it's such a hockey crazed town that the comparison, people can't help but draw the comparisons between the success of the Jays and their core that's been around for a while, and now the spotlight is kind of, because it's Toronto, the spotlight, even with the World Series, even with the LA Dodgers in town, the spotlight still manages to have the Leafs a little bit, at least in the penumbra I don't know if people expected a word like penumbra on this podcast,
Stop
but
it.
that's just the kind
Stop
of that's
it.
the kind
Have that
of
perfume.
that's
Yeah.
the kind of stuff that we drop here on the world's premier New Jersey Devils, Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Maple Leafs, Vegas Golden Knights podcast.
Lovely.
That's the kind of professionalism you can expect.
Yeah, no, it's and we welcome that. No, it's great
Love
to
it.
hear, Brian. We hope to be there to see your evolution as a fan and you grow to love the sport and see how you are now compared to when playoffs start. Because I am
Oh.
watching the not to go off too far on this, but watching the Jays playoffs, it's different than hockey playoffs. Like I am glued to my chair with like
Hockey playoffs.
a
is something
1,000 psi blood pressure. With this one, I don't know. It's a different feel. So it's a different beast. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's such a different sport. I mean, and I watched probably over 100 baseball games this year. You know, definitely a Jays fan. It's really exciting. I still find myself more nervous for, game 7 of the
Right.
or game 8 of
Right.
the Canadian season, in a game against the Seattle Kraken than I do about the Jays in the World Series. So I think we're definitely hockey people primarily. I also, growing up, I refused to be a Jays fan because I didn't want to cheer for any Toronto team. Right?
Oh, okay.
That
All
was,
right.
I mean, I was
One
in
of
the
those
trenches.
kids, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in the trenches every day at school. The only Canadians fan, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's
back-
even worse.
back then-
Yeah.
back then it wasn't as easy as it would have been.
That's
I
behind
didn't
enemy
have,
lines.
and I didn't have I didn't have like the 2021 series where Montreal, obviously comes back down 3-1. I didn't have that kind of thing that I could call on. I just had Saku Koivu.
I'm so
didn't-
glad. I'm so glad I didn't know you. I'm so glad that this would not be happening. Actually,
Yeah, it might be from prison, maybe.
100%, 100%. I'm so glad I did not know you because there was something to rival the 4-1 collapse in Boston, and that was it. So
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, we can and should do a Leafs playoff retrospective. I know that would be fun for everybody. But
oh yes,
it is
PTSD.
early. It is early, but the temperatures ramped up there in Toronto for sure. And you're right that the Jays are taking some of that pressure off. But I mean, the media and the fans live and die with every game in Toronto. So Andrew, what are your thoughts on how the Leafs have looked, or do you have any hope? Do you have any optimism?
Everyone usually says that the Leafs play like this in October.
Yeah.
And I kind of can agree, but by now they should be picking up. They usually have a strong November.
Yeah.
This October seems a little bit more sluggish. I've heard a lot of people make comments about it looking like preseason still. They're having an issue. They're trying to find a good chemistry in the first line still. There's rumors that Nylander was going to be benched. Stolar is speaking out.
Yeah.
Calling out his team, which I was very divisive in the comment. But when you join a team like Toronto, you kind of know what kind of players you're playing with. But that was calculated, and I applaud him for trying to stick up for himself. Right, so
Doing something, yeah.
Yeah, you have to light a fire sometimes, and sometimes you have to have it early. And maybe the Leafs are taking the page out of the Jays and have a turbulent season, and it doesn't look good at first, and they turn it around and then they go on a huge run. But not a good October so far. I think they dropped back to back against Detroit. They dropped one versus the Sabres on a back to back, one in overtime.
Yeah, they gave
next
3
day
points
to the
to the
Sabres.
Sabres.
And then, they just they lost Tanev there. He took a
Helmet to the face.
recoiled helmet to the face, and that would take anyone.
Well, that was
out,
against
so.
Jersey, right?
Yeah, I think it was. And then at the whole time that was going down, Joseph Wall was AWOL. But he's back now, apparently. So
Yeah,
hoping to see him,
skating.
get back and whatever that was, and hopefully that, whatever it was, obviously it affected him to the point he had to leave. So hopefully everything is looking better on his sides. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think sluggish is the right word for what I've seen of the Leafs. I mean, it's easy to say this now because, they're off to the sort of slow start that they've had, but just in that first game, from the first period, they look like a different team without Marner. They really don't have the.
I
they're not-
gotta hear this the
Listen, man,
whole season.
Matthews didn't have a
season.
shot on goal against Montreal until his empty net goal.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
know this team, and I know like there's Mitch Marner droughts. Mitch Marner went on droughts. He would be front row center on this sloppy season start for sure. He would be right there in the passenger side with all the rest of the
Oh,
passengers.
sure, yeah. By no means were they like always a wagon with Marner, but I just mean
Yeah.
I just don't see the type of dynamic offense that you're used to. And last year was a bit of a drop off too with Berube and that system and everything. That was a big story. Their scoring dried up a little bit, but they don't look fast. They don't look dynamic. They're figuring it out. They're definitely still figuring it out. Whereas Jersey is just absolutely rolling, and Montreal's scraping their way to a good start here too.
New Jersey's issue is they have catastrophic injuries. Usually about
dude.
like season ending.
Dougie Hamilton's knee is hanging by a thread at the moment for sure.
Yes. So you can only hope.
Quinn Hughes could slide into his collarbone.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on that, like a
at
stiff
any
breeze,
moment.
and then half the team's gone. It's like, all right, well.
Yeah, it's frustrating when that happens.
Yeah. There's a bit of a. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because I know it's going to happen at some point. It always does. So, hopefully they don't get too banged up that they can get where a lot of people are hoping they get this year, which is where they got last year and then some. But I have a feeling like the Penguins are surprisingly good now, like in their division. And the Canes will come back. They're right up there. So I have a feeling
it's a lot of
Jersey
smoke
will
and
get
mirrors,
knocked
though.
around a bit.
Yeah,
What?
there's
With
a lot of
Penguins,
dust.
Or
Dust have to settle.
I think it's pretty early for the Penguins. Yeah, it's early for everyone, but it's especially early for the Penguins. They haven't really come up against anything yet. Yeah, but I mean we could be wrong, but yeah, I don't expect them to be in the playoff picture. But
how you like?
I can't wait to have like a favorite player. Like once I really get to watch them, and then their leg flies off, and I'm like, all right, well, sweet, or something like that. Someone's shoulder might fracture. Split the space-time continuum. So we'll see. But
how do we think Montreal's doing this month?
I really like what I'm seeing out of the youngest team in the league. They're the other night against Edmonton. Actually, I think it was Louis DeBrusque saying that Montreal, along with New Jersey, actually looks like the fastest team that they've seen. There, so in Edmonton, and I think individually Montreal's not the fastest, but I think the way they're playing right now is quick decisions with the puck. They're not messing around much, and they're playing quickly rather than fast, and scoring a lot of goals. Like it's crazy to see a Montreal Canadiens team that is not struggling to score. Like our losses have come with only with Sam Montembeault and net. Dobish, or the young kid who came in last year and was lights out for the first month of his season. He's picked it up right where he left off. He's won 5 straight. So the losses that we've had are kind of young team sort of losses. There was that one in Toronto that was a close game until a bad break, and then you kind of fall apart and allow a couple empty netters. The loss against the New York Rangers was a tough one where they were in control for half the game or the first period and a little bit of the third with some pushback, but some tough goals allowed and sort of just putting the foot off the gas, stop playing your game, and then they just got kind of jobbed a little bit by the refs in Edmonton. But it's another one where they had a lead that evaporated, and it's a young team. They're
But you know what? It has put them at the top of the Atlantic Division after almost a month of play. So they're
that's right, man. Yeah, no,
you're fine.
they're flying. They're flying a little bit. The Ivan Kornwayov, he's looking
They're 7-3. The Leafs are 4-1. Like, that's disgusting.
That's
You should be happy.
mediocrity right there.
You should be
Oh, I'm
happy.
very happy. The Sens are also kind of getting it together a little bit, but the
God.
Sens were stumbling. That was funny. So we love that.
They're the same record, but
That's a big rivalry too, right? With you boys, the Habs and Sens lately, anyway.
And the Leafs and Sens, yeah.
Leafs and Sens. Yeah, the Sens thought they were something in the playoffs. They really thought they were going to break a curse. And Toronto was like, wait a second. We used to own this team. They're so used to being owned by Boston. And then that was a sweet win for sure. For sure. Yeah, that was, yeah. I'll take a Sens beatdown any day. But
Montreal and Ottawa have a good rivalry too, but the spiciest games are in the preseason. Montreal and Ottawa preseason games for the last 3 years have been bloodbaths.
Really?
And they
And then
still
it just
have
gets tamed.
they still have
Like,
a healthy, a healthy rivalry in the regular season, but there were 2 years as well, back to back in the 2010s where we met in the first round, and those were good. Each team won one series, and those were good rivalries. But yeah, I would say unfortunately, right now put the Senators Canadiens rivalry higher than the Canadiens Bruins rivalry, which Brian, you also have some ties to the Massachusetts and Boston area, so
I like
you could
Boston
have
cream pie.
You could have
gone
gone
out that way.
Yeah,
I
you
like
could
the
have
cream pie.
a lot of reasons that you could have gone Boston, but I think New Jersey's the
It's a
way
bad
to go.
time.
Young
right
team.
now. I mean, if I was a real true blue, I would, if I was like my Uncle Shawnee. I have an Uncle Shawnee from Southie, so
yeah,
there you go.
exactly. That's
Like, it's about as close as it gets. And he had no teeth because he used to play beer league, so he's like a proper, So I could have gone that route. I felt like that was maybe played out, and it's a bad time right now. And I also lived in Jersey, and those were my flowering years. So I do have like a soft
as you
spot
mentioned already
for Jersey. Yeah. So and that place is also just as shitty of a place to root for. So, but now that they're actually, I have a video ready to go, like the '95 run. I'm gonna watch an hour-long video and get like really into the history of it because I think you guys have that whole background of like
failure.
There's nothing quite like like some guy with like a good voice being like, and then the thing, and I was like, oh, this is cool, and you kind of learn the history and why people hate each other or not. Yeah, I'm excited for that part of it too. And I'm happy that the vibes are good in Jersey now. I know the vibes aren't great in Toronto, but I think that'll
the vibes
balance
are really
out.
great in Toronto only because of the Jays, right?
Feels like
True,
93.
in the city
Oh,
itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If the Jays were already eliminated, it would be like don't get it mistaken. It would be grim. It would. The gales of November would have come early.
It doesn't just feel like 93 with the Habs, it's the Jays too for sure. But
100%,
I was just the other day I was thinking I'm so far behind on like podcasts that I normally listen to. Like my regular listening has been interrupted. I was wondering like what's going on, and then I remembered the Leafs are doing terribly. So I've been listening to every Toronto radio show. I've been listening to Toronto Maple Leaf podcasts.
You love that. You love it.
It's my favorite. I mean. Yeah, it doesn't get better than that. So hopefully we can add another little ingredient into the stew that is Maple Leaf crying and sorrow.
Yeah, we usually call that Tuesday, but we're hoping to make more content. We're exploring this as a little avenue for us to talk about hockey, and to some aspect, we all have the love of hockey, and we have good conversations. So we're trying to recreate it on here, and we are missing one of our cast members. He's like you said, he is on mat leave or LTIR.
Yeah. Well, as the season goes on, storylines develop and everything.
Yes,
But with
yes.
these four teams that we have, we already have sort of some through lines. I mean, with Toronto and Montreal, you always have
Yeah.
something to talk about. Always going to be exciting. New Jersey, that exciting team in the East, along with us, and of course they got that old Keefe connection. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Vegas they got Mitch Marner.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have been staying up to watch Vegas games, but we need to hear from some Vegas fans and
Right?
hear how they
Over
like
there.
Marner. Do they see
Oh,
how
probably
Marner's
think
doing?
probably think it was such a steal from Toronto. How could they let this guy go? Right?
Yeah,
Oh my
that-
God,
that-
we've never seen this guy with hands like this before.
Right. Yeah, just wait. This is a team with
Just a beloved team.
Jack
Everyone thinks they're great.
Jack Eichel's getting 60 goals this season.
yeah. He's off to a hot start. Yeah, but this is a team that doesn't take the playoffs too lightly. So we'll see. We'll see if Mitchie can bring it when it counts. But we got a long
Well,
way
that's the
till
thing,
then.
right?
So yeah,
That's the thing.
and yeah, I think right now they're feeling pretty happy. But
Yep. As
Like
per
you said,
usual,
man.
Mark Stone's on ice. Like
yeah, he's not. No, yeah, he's got ice on him.
right? Because did he not go on?
Oh yeah, he's on LTI.
Yeah. Again.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's Mr. LTIR. And then Justin Williams.
Well, congratulations to the Habs this year. It seems like they're having a great time. Like literally, I've seen a lot of videos of them just like hugging each other in practice. And
They
like,
are
Yeah,
a power
the-
friendship
You know what I
team.
mean?
Listen, yeah,
Like, it
for
seems
sure.
like it's
The-
They are
actually, like, a
the
good
Blue
environment.
Jays of hockey in a sense.
Yeah.
yeah, young, good
Young,
vibes.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Who's the
it's-
very young? Did you say the Dobie Dobe or was it
Dobie
someone else
Dobe.
that's their new
There's-
rookie that's like really good?
There's
I don't
Gouli.
know
Yeah,
if it was him. I thought he was a different guy.
Isn't there Gabagouli?
Gabagouli, yeah. Ivan Demidov is the youngest, the Russian kid.
Demimon, yeah.
Must be
Demi, yeah. He's evolved or whatever.
Yes. Demi Gorgon,
Yeah.
and then we have Salt and Pepper. Maybe it's all salt. Martin St. Louis.
There's a lot of
That-
salt
that-
in
that-
Toronto for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see how Berube. I do want to see what happens when the Gen Z don't mix well with Craig Berube. I want to see what happens here because yeah.
I mean, I've already been seeing. Is it Pete DeBoer time in Toronto? Is
Oh,
it John Tortorella time in Toronto? So
I think
it
John
could-
Torrella's
this
never
might
coming
get
back.
even funnier.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's bad. I don't know. I got it's not a
What's your take on him? Because I just learned his background of like when he played.
Hmm.
That he was kind of a rough and tumble guy.
He was a rough and tumble guy.
Didn't
Yeah,
make
he's
very
scrapper.
many goals.
And last season there was things where Berube was saying to the media where he's like, I don't even talk to Willie. He just knows his place and he just does it. But like, it's kind of
Maybe
like
maybe start talking to him.
yeah, I know. Like they do have to listen too, right? I guess. So yeah, this season I think it's just getting started. It's gonna be a long season. We'll see what happens come April. We'll see if the Leafs get those magical 2 weeks in May. Maybe it'll be 3 weeks. Maybe it'll be 1 week. Who knows? We'll see if New Jersey makes the playoffs. Did Montreal make? Montreal's got to make it this year, right?
I would think so.
Right?
Yeah, there's still some tough sledding ahead. I mean, I obviously making the playoffs last year. If you miss, then that's miss the playoffs the next year, then you're missing a step in that rebuild that you want to see, right? You want to see more playoff experience. You want to see a consistent regular season. So yeah, I expect them to. I don't expect them to be at the top of the Atlantic, the whole year, but I definitely expect them to be fighting for a playoff spot, and individually, guys taking some steps as well. I think. I like what I see from all the young kids so far.
The Devils are at the top of the Metropolitan division. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
Ooh,
and Carolina's right there.
They're
But
8-1-0.
8-1, yeah, 8-1.
And then
Yep.
what do we have for Vegas?
Kane's got 'em, though.
What is Vegas at?
Yeah, let's check
Vegas
on
is
Vegas.
top of the Pacific Division. Wow, 5-3-1. What's Toronto again? Oh, third last from the bottom of the Atlantic.
Yeah, you have a unique
Oh,
perspective
no.
in this podcast, which is good.
Oh no, we're seeing Jack from the Titanic. He's not far away.
That'll turn around. You
Oh
know
no.
Jack getting hit by an 18-wheeler, falling off a cliff.
It very well could be.
I think you're right, though. I think that
I got
they're
bad
gonna
vibes.
probably have. It's not. Yeah, I hear you.
good.
I kind of think with Wall coming back and maybe they're starting to feel
Maybe.
okay about themselves that I think a hot November is probably in the cards. Just like every
yeah.
year. Like you're right. It is every year that just not so many Novembers ago we were talking about Jack Campbell for the Vezina Trophy.
Oh God.
So you can't trust October, but you can't trust November exactly either.
Being a Leafs fan is that meme from Interstellar where they're like screaming on he's screaming on the bookshelf and he's yelling. Yeah. That's all it is. Like you go back and look at so many failed attempts to put a team together each season. Like there's just at some point that core grew a little bit bigger of players to stick around a couple seasons through. But it's just all these reiterations of the team. It makes you sick. like the Habs haven't changed that much. There's some movement here and there, but when you have exciting young future prospects come into play,
Yeah.
right? And then the Devils are just riding it out, right? There's not anything huge there.
They're just happy to be there. I mean,
happy to be
when I was
there.
watching research for the stuff, like a lot of the people would just be like, yeah, they're like, I'd be watching like, like the 5-2 game. We all had 5-2 games, which is weird, by the way, and the Jays, which is a weird combo. But it was like the Leafs seem to suffer from just such astronomical expectations every year that they'll never reach. And it's a tough thing for you, I'm sure, because and it's annoying. So I see both sides because it's like I'll be watching like a Devils podcast or something, and the Leafs will just be 80% of the conversation, which is like I'm sure as you get deeper into the fandom, it's like that. I've seen a lot of that. There's a lot of coverage.
Oh yeah, the
Leafs,
gravitational
even when
pull
they're-
of Toronto is
Well, the only reason I'm
Felt
really a fan
league-wide.
is just how close I am to the team location-wise, right? Like, I wanted to make sure I could get down to Bloor Street to welcome the parade, right? And not have to go across country, right? But here we are, close to the epicenter, and no parade.
Well, you're a
since,
real fan
so-
too because you bleed and you've probably lost years of your life to
Oh,
watching.
100%. I'm pretty sure there will be a point where if they haven't had the cup, the doctors will suggest not watching hockey due to my blood pressure spiking. Like, it's got an expiration date for sure.
Well, eventually, with technology catching up, there will be time travel. You can go back, influence the young version of yourself to be a Hartford Whalers fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna like
and
Sora
then,
AI
they'll,
cup win.
they'll,
Like,
yeah, then you'll follow them to Carolina. They'll win a cup. You'll have a Cam Ward jersey, and life will be just that little bit happier. That's what Interstellar's about, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Cam Ward.
All right, cool. Yeah, I've seen that movie. for
It's
sure.
I've seen that.
it's about gravity. The gravity of the Veska Toskala trade, or the Tuukka Rask and Andrew Raycroft
Yeah, felt through generations for sure.
to space and time.
So I do feel for you, but I also liked watching Benoit get punched in the face the other day, so that was fun.
Benny the Savage, or Benny.
against,
What do they call him? Benny the Butcher. That's right.
Hallinan, some guy. It was like he's like
finished
the guy. I think the guy was like
think.
they got this guy from college, and they're like they don't teach that in college. I
Okay,
was
maybe
like,
he's Oh, that's right. I remember that call. Yeah,
Like, getting
Yeah.
mugged on the ice.
yeah.
yeah.
So-
He got the last laugh against Benoit there for sure. Jake McCabe though, absolutely tuck in.
Yeah, to bed. Yes, that was
Yeah.
a bad spinorama. He was on the wrong side of that.
They don't teach you that in college either.
No.
So that would be a bad
What, murder?
lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, murder.
How to
yeah.
how to
Yeah.
get,
How
how
to
to
fly
spin
away.
into a
Yeah.
right hook.
Assault in front of 30,000 people. Okay, fellas, what are we thinking about the Jays? I wore this jersey today because the Jays are playing today, and I figured I wanted to try out my
Feels like
best.
93. Feels like 93.
Yeah, I wanted to try out
Wherever my
my
arms go.
Alejandro Kirk cosplay.
Is that a Kirky jersey?
Oh, wow.
No, it isn't. No.
No, I get it though. I got it
The
now.
build. Yeah. which is like, come on, man.
That's
You're
what I
looking
want.
good, baby.
I want. I wanted his jersey. I ended up going to Game 6 with my friend last minute.
That's right.
And that was a blast and a half. And I went to go buy a jersey, and I was just way too far away from the gift store, so had to look the part. Wasn't allowed to cheer if I didn't have a jersey, so I had the hat and the shirt, but yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I was introduced to Cutwaters, as they sell it in a can, 12.5%.
Oh,
Very, very deadly.
That's a good time.
Yes, yeah. Small bank loan, but nothing
Yeah.
compared to what the World Series is charging. So,
oh,
Yeah.
my same buddy who I went with went the following night to Game 7 with his dad to
Nice.
enjoy history. I had a chance to go, but I was very sore from the previous night. So, what are you guys thinking about this unique run, historic run?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're clearly the best team in the AL, and they deserve to be there. Game 3 is tonight. It's nice that Yamamoto's not on the mound. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
But so
Machine.
because of that, I think taking a 2-1 series lead's possible. I think it's very possible. I think they showed they can play with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Definitely
even
gonna get one out of these next two in LA for sure.
big time. Yeah,
Because of Yamamoto mostly, because they're gonna face him again in Game 6.
yeah.
So
Let's worry about that later, Brian. I don't want to
What
think
do you
about
mean?
that right now. I got nightmares about that guy.
the true
The Dodgers
like,
has got to face Max Scherzer. Everything
right.
about that.
actually the pitching's been pretty good on both sides, really. I mean, it's just he had a historic 2 in a row. So and his arm is somehow still attached to his body, so that's impressive.
There's not much you can do against such reckless hate.
I think a lot of people are just happy that they made it this far, because if you had thought they were going to get to where they are now in the beginning of this year, I don't think
I'd be rich
Yeah.
because I'd be betting.
would
I
have.
wish I was a betting man.
Yeah.
Because I think they've already exceeded expectations. They do deserve to be there, don't get me wrong. And it does feel almost like there's weird butterfly effect shit going on where it's like it's meant to be almost.
Well,
I didn't expect them to beat Seattle,
Mariners.
though, and they did. So
there were some moments there where it was like, and they pulled
As with any good playoff run, you have to have those.
those moments.
You have to have that tension and those moments
the
where
dingers, the Springer
things-
dingers. Oh yeah.
yeah.
things could have gone a different way, but didn't. Yeah, that's the hallmark of any great playoff run.
It literally is a bunch of Japanese guys versus a Canadian team in an American pastime. It's the
And isn't that beautiful?
it is beautiful.
Isn't
It
that
really
special?
is. It's the World Series, right? That's why
That's
they
right.
call it the World Series, right? And then you have it's what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought there.
Beautiful
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
isn't it, Brian? You said something about exceeding expectations, and everyone's satisfied with the Blue
Well,
Jays
it's like
season.
it's
and
also
everything.
you're trying to not feel so bad if it goes south. But
Well,
I do
no,
think
but there's
a lot of
nothing to
people
feel bad about if it does,
Yeah.
because you're right, because they've exceeded expectations, and
definitely.
Oh, I was going to say
when a
it's-
Toronto team exceeds
yeah.
expectations, they get embraced. And,
I was going to say it's the Hollywood cash cow versus the power of friendship.
That's right. That's right.
Those
Yeah.
are what the two teams are, right?
Brought to you by Rogers Media and
Oh, they've been
Communications.
making some cash for sure.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's been
I'm
good.
saying
That's
that's good.
enough.
It's a good thing.
But yeah, no, I'm glad to be able to watch the game from home via my
I was
Yes.
thinking about that earlier
via
today.
my
all of our great
predetermined
products.
price. Yes, that are
that
predetermined.
Japanese thing reminded me of
yeah.
like a lot of people chant USA in hockey games, and I'm like, your team is like 20% U.S. players. It's
Well,
like
I don't
mostly.
I don't even think there's a Canadian. Well, Vladdy is technically
Um,
an
I
Expo.
think the Habs actually have the
Right.
most Canadian players.
Glad he's a
by-
Montrealer. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's the only Expo player on the Blue Jays. So, yeah, That's not a lot of Canadians, but still, they're representing the vibes in the heart of Toronto and
It's been
on
good
the
to
world
see.
stage. Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, I'm excited. My wife is gonna hate that we're gonna watch Game 3, but what can you do?
Grab the
What can you do?
nachos. Grab the nachos. Grab the hot dogs. The 9-9-9 challenge, whatever. Then
Yeah.
9 dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings.
Asleep by the ninth out.
I like that. Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, I think this was a good start. We're hoping to build upon this, have a little bit better structure. Work on the format.
Some more games to talk about.
More games, yeah, specifically, and then give you something to watch in the future. So,
For all the sickos and degenerates like me who can't get enough content when the Leafs are losing, hopefully add this one to the pile. Let's keep it going through November.
Yes, we're gonna have some
The pain on their
storylines, and we're
fingers.
gonna have some good chats. But
Let's hope we have
bear
some
with
some
us.
Stolars fighting Stolar.
Infighting.
Stolar's
that's what you
fighting
want.
Morgan
Yes.
Riley in practice.
I can't wait.
Oh.
I can't wait. And Sheldon Keefe finally blows a vein.
Yeah, Sheldon Keefe fights
Yeah.
several referees.
And Martin
I'm
St.
happy with-
Louis
I'm happy with my
goes a
cut.
shade more gray.
No, Martin St. Louis shows off the quads a little bit.
In practice.
Lane Hudson,
Yeah.
Lane Hudson hits puberty.
Yeah.
We got a lot to look forward to.
So there's a lot of hockey left in the season to go. But before we leave, I guess if you could quickly summarize it, where do you see your team by the end of the regular season? And whoever wants to go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say this optimistically, even though with where they are right now, it would be a bit of a fall off. But I think first wild card spot, I'm happy with that, and I think that's attainable.
Okay, nice, Bri.
That would be a fall off a little bit. I expect them to be not even wild card, but you never know how the season goes. For NJD, similar. I'm going to say better than last year, as long as they're not hurt. I'm hoping playoffs. You never know, but I don't know how deep. Really, I have a feeling they're not going to get. Everyone wants to go to the cup, but I don't think that's happening really. But
They
I
should
hope
be that.
they make a run at least.
Yeah, they should be that 1 or 2 seed in the Metropolitan for sure.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the Leafs are going to have a failure of a season. Maybe this is a reverse jinx. I think this is the team that continues to hype you up, and everything that's been put in order. Any other team in the NHL with what they've had set up would probably be successful, but somehow they have time and time again shown why it's not going to work. And I think we're past the expiration date. Core 4 failed. Shanahan's out. I'm ready for just it to be Matthews and Nylander and whoever else blown up. Just ready to catch McDavid after 2 years. Falls right into their hands to start anew.
Yeah.
So I
Start
don't.
again with McDavid. Sure.
This season's got rotten all over it, but I love to be wrong. So that's where I think it's going.
Tune in, Leaf haters. Let's go.
I will.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. We'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
we'll see
Have a
ya.
go.